Hey there, Cheese Meisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod After Dark. I'm Jeff, and someone's playing with my dick, and it ain't me. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my cuz-host.
I'm Leslie, and I wasn't singing.
No, it was Deshaun Hardell was singing. It wasn't me, Tony Soprano.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So many cameos.
Was this? No, they weren't even cameos. This was just like stacked again. Like it was like
Yeah.
ridiculous cast in this movie. But this one with people, some of them on the way up. Like this was 3 years before Sopranos. So, no one knew that James Gandolfini was James Gandolfini yet. Anyway, Cheesemeisters, this week we are talking. Vroom, 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 vroom. That guy's real cool. Vroom, vroom.
He is. He's a fan of the pod.
Well, good. Rev him up. Did you know that they used to do in the 90s, the WCW did a wrestling event every year in Sturgis, South Dakota, and it was a Harley Davidson hog festival, like Road Wild or something like that. And they would like the ring would be set up outside, and the fans were on their motorcycles around. And like if things happened that they liked, they'd rev their engines.
Oh, nice.
It was a whole thing.
Paid that guy. Said I'm about to start. Rev this up. Give a rev for the Peach Pod. Thank you very much. Because he's a cool rider.
Oh, old school, first episode. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are discussing Fallen, the 1994 What If Evil Was a Communicable Disease masterpiece. Written by Nicholas Kazan, directed by Gregory Hoblit, and starring a list: Denzel, John Goodman, Donald Sutherland, M. Beth Davids, James Gandolfini. I'm just going to stop there because everybody in this movie was really, really good. We're watching this in conjunction with Season 4, Episode 11, Take Back the Night, and our spelling connection is Cress Williams. Deshaun Hardell's in this thing. He was, for about 30 seconds, he was Azazel or whatever the guy's
Blink
name.
and you would miss him.
I know, but he did get to talk. And like he did a little walk and talk, put his arm around somebody. I felt good about it. I was like, go Deshaun Hardell. Just get it.
I wanted more. Much like when
more Deshaun.
Yeah, much like when we watched Tombstone, and I was like, "Where's Jason?"
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. So, you had not seen this movie? Had you even heard of this movie?
I had never heard of this movie.
Okay.
But as I was watching it, then I realized there's a famous GIF in it.
Oh. Yeah, which you had to point out to me because I think I looked down when Denzel'd in that moment.
I mean, the best way I can describe it, Cheesemeisters, is anytime on social media when some celebrity's name has been trending, there is inevitably the one person who posts this GIF or meme of Denzel clutching his chest, looking relieved because someone is like, "Oh, I saw this person's name trending and thought they had died."
Got it. Okay. It's a weird GIF for that because of what he's actually doing.
I mean, they all are, if you think about it. There are so many GIFs. If you wanted to study all the ones taken out of context.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. The whole GIF industrial complex is a problem for me because it's geared for millennials and younger.
Yes.
Like if there's a million there, like given, I would say in any given day, there are 4 to 5 chances for me in Teams at work to appropriately use something from Fletch. And it's really hard to find those things. And like, there are points of reference for me that I cannot easily grab GIFs for. At least not in like if you're texting with someone in that part of the internet. If you go to Google and look for it, you can find it. And then you got to like copy and save it and stick it someplace. There's too many steps. And I just want to be fast, clever with my movie references. Very
See, now you're
disappointing.
giving me. I've had this idea before. There needs to be a sketch about, like, I was thinking Victorians originally. Like, how would Victorians make pop culture references? But
Mm,
now I'm thinking you could just do boomers. And I
sure,
mean,
but I mean, we know those because I grew up with them. Like you,
I know, but I don't know. There's something there. And She's Meisters, thank you for listening to me pontificate an
we're
idea.
thinking. We're just thinking. Um, yeah. So I didn't recognize that as a famous GIF or something, but I guess it was. So there's that. Um,
What is it?
so
What did I mean? Everyone's limited experience determines what is famous. Like, I might
true.
have seen it, and most people listening are going to be like, "I have no idea what GIF you're talking about."
Right. Right. I mean, when you pointed it out, you sent it to me, and I went, "Oh, I guess I've seen that somewhere." But I didn't. I didn't see it in this movie when I was watching it. I just, you know,
Fair.
it didn't jump right out at me. So I had also not seen this movie, but I did remember the trailer for it, like
Oh,
when it came out. I just because the trailer was just that scene of like the people touching the other people and like whatever was happening was happening in the trailer. And I remember my impression of this movie just from seeing that trailer was this is a movie about a serial killer who switches bodies, and I kind of nailed
mm,
it. Like it's sort of
yeah.
what it is. It's not exactly what it is, but it's pretty close. Um, and I never saw it until this afternoon. So this movie it has a Rotten Tomato score of 41%, but a 72% Popometer score. So the audiences liked it way more than the critics did. Where do you land? Which of those numbers feels truer to you?
I feel like I'm in the middle. Like, I think I'm at 60%.
So
You
that's
know,
fresh.
it was, yeah, it was compelling. Did I
Okay.
feel every single minute of this movie? Kinda.
A little long.
Well, it's just that the timing wasn't done well. Because two
Mm,
hours, I know that seems like a long time for people, but I grew up watching Fiddler on the Roof over and over and over again. Same with Titanic. So, like,
You wait, did you watch it so many times that it became tradition?
hey,
Tradition.
absolutely, I did.
Musical theater joke. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Couldn't have could have done it better.
No,
Um,
you don't have a beard.
I could make up one on.
There you go.
That would take so much time. Anyway, um, what were we just saying?
That you watched long movies before.
Oh, that I've seen long movies. But sometimes I think no matter how long or short a thing is, if it's not edited well or if the story is not being told as well as it should be or as well
Mm-hmm.
as it could be, then it's going to feel longer. And this one felt
Yeah.
long. And I'm not exactly sure why, because, like I said, it was compelling, but it also, I don't know, it's not like I was on the edge of my seat.
Okay. Yeah. So I have some thoughts about this, about why it felt slow and why you weren't on the edge of your seat. But first, I guess let's tell people what this movie is. Um, Denzel plays a cop, and he's, I don't know, disproportionately proud of sending like 8 people to the gas chamber. He's like real, like, one more, I get a set of steak knives kind of deal.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so he goes to the jail to I don't know, have one last conversation with a guy that he busted for being a serial killer and watch him die. And he does, and the guy is like does a little dance, walks down the hall, sings from Rolling Stone songs, like he's just strutting his way to the gas chamber. Um, you know, as one does. I kind of, you know what I thought about that? I thought, yeah, why not?
I mean,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
go
if
out
you know
dancing.
that at the end of this hallway is it, like, it feels good to dance. Like, maybe take a couple extra seconds and dance. Get your heart rate up for, one last time. Feel some things. Like that, maybe that's not such a bad idea.
I like
Um,
that.
yeah. I mean, knock on wood, I won't find myself in that circumstance. Because they'll never find the bodies.
my God. Well,
Sorry.
remember, as long as you don't make a PB&J the way Brenda did, you should be fine.
Oh, that's the number one tip off that someone's murdered about 18 people is premixing that peanut butter and jelly. I'd totally forgotten about that until you said it just now, and now I'm more disturbed by that than anything that happened in this movie.
Yeah, because nothing. You know what's weird? I mean, there were definitely some like low key gasp
Yeah.
moments, but I
Yeah.
never really felt afraid.
Uh-huh.
And I should
I,
feel afraid at spoiler alert, demons are on the planet.
yeah,
Shocker.
I know. Yeah.
Guys, do you know there are bad people here?
They're all the same demon. Um just passed along, daisy chained. Um, yeah. So like, but this guy before he gets killed, he tries to like shake Denzel's hand and speak in Aramaic or something. And this movie, one way this movie goes faster if you make it today and they can just hold that recording up to Google Translate and like it'll auto detect the language. Oh, that's like 5 minutes of the movie erased by technology. So we're making it better already.
Okay, but the
Uh,
documentary crew definitely should have looked that up and would have looked that up if they were a proper documentary crew.
yeah, they were slacking. Yeah. Well, we don't know what it is. We think it's Korean or something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Anyway, uh, but so you're not sure what's going on. Here's the long and short of it, cheese meisters. This dude, the serial killer, was possessed by a demon, and this demon jumps bodies through touch. But also, if the host body that it's in dies, he has one breath or 500 cubits, which is some amount of arc, to find a new host. And yeah, oh, is that what it is?
It was
That's a
elbow
cubit.
to, apparently,
Okay.
I think they
Sure.
said elbow to the end of your arm.
Okay. Well, there we go. Now we know what a cubit is, except for mine's going to be longer than yours. So I don't know.
Wow.
Inexact
No need
measure.
to compare, Jeff. Jeez.
I don't know. It's a cubit measuring
It's
contest.
not about the size of the cubit, it's about what that cubit can do.
It's about the motion of the arc on the ocean.
It's about the curvature.
Oh, he's got a curved pecker. Um, I don't know what we're talking about.
Buckle in,
Anyway,
Cheese Meisters. Fallen is going to be.
I know we're 12
It's going to be
minutes
an
in, and
experience.
yeah, I don't know where we're going with this one. I have a couple thoughts, but I also think we're going to end up having some nonsense go on, and that's fine with me. Um, but this serial killer hops out of the body of or the demon does, and it bebops around. It finds some people. It's zipping and zapping and dipping and dapping, and every time you're looking, there's like a fancy demon POV where you can that you're looking through the eyes of the demon, and the demon can be like any cop at once. Apparently, people on the street touching and touching. Can be a kitty cat. All sorts of stuff. And but one thing we know it is definitely up to no good. This demon bouncing around, chasing Denzel around. And Denzel, there was a cop a long time ago that dealt with this shit and killed himself. And there's a whole section of demon hunter people that this old cop's daughter's involved in. And there's a cabin in the woods, and the demon is writing things on the chests of the people that it possesses because
Honestly, it
it
kind of
needs to give
reminded me of
clues.
Memento, but it made more sense.
Memento makes way more sense than this does.
I
I don't.
remember nothing about Memento. I had such a hard time following that movie.
It makes a lot. It makes way more sense than this because here's the thing. What's this demon up to in this movie? Like it
Taking over the
seems
world.
it's not though.
I
It's
know.
up to fucking with Denzel. Like
Yeah, because Denzel seems to be impenetrable by the demons.
okay, but
Wait,
why
actually,
does the
that
demon
doesn't make
care?
sense.
Yeah, because it gets him at the end. Yeah,
Yeah. Ah, fuck
yeah,
this.
yeah. I just don't understand why the demon cares. Right?
Yeah.
And, okay, here's another. Why did the demon? Why did the demon hang around in the serial killer's body up until that point? Couldn't he have gotten
Yeah.
that? That demon could have got. That's not like this guy in on death row didn't touch any other humans the whole time. This demon could have got out of jail, but it didn't. It hung around, and so I don't get why the demon is mad at Denzel.
It's
Like, oh
bullshit.
no, you caught the host I was using. Peace out, host. Like he did that a number of times throughout the movie, and but he's got a hard on for Denzel and won't leave him alone, and I don't understand it. And Denzel's out to solve the case because it's his job. He's a cop who solves crimes in his spare time. Police cops. Um, and and his partner is John Goodman, and there's another cop played by James Gandolfini, and Gandolfini is like a young cop, and he's kind of a ball breaker, and there's this whole scene where Denzel's a good cop. He can't be bought
I don't like
even
the
a
way
little
they.
bit. Not all the time. What about sometimes? How about just a tiny little bribe? What do you think? How about fancy beer? No, you're too good for even the fancy beer?
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of heavy-handed stuff in this, and
Uh
like
huh.
not annoyingly so, but it was just like, really.
Yeah, I
It,
get it. He's supposed to be a good
the
guy.
serial killer is eating cereal.
Oh, that's true. I just
Are
thought
you
cereal sounds
kidding
good.
me, Nicholas Kazan?
I
Are
know.
you kidding me?
It's, well, look, sometimes you're hungry. And at least, look, here's what would have been real disturbing behavior. If the serial killer demon, when he was eating the cereal in the kitchen of the guy he had just killed, had not put at least one big heaping spoonful of sugar on those cornflakes. Because if you eat non-sweetened cornflakes, I don't know what you're doing with your life. That
You're
is
not masturbating,
bland.
looks like.
Oh, that is bland mush. Yeah, somebody's touching your dick and it's only you.
Also, like, if you're going to put sugar on your cereal, why aren't you just buying the sugary stuff?
That's true. But if you have cornflakes, you have to put sugar on them. You just
I've
have to.
never, I did not know that was a thing.
Oh God, yeah.
Dear world, might I introduce you to frosted mini wheats?
Well, yeah, they're real bready. Or Frosted
Yeah,
Flakes.
sure.
Frosted Flakes, sign me up for.
Gotta stick to your
But
ribs
stick to something. Stick to your
and your teeth.
mouth. Just. Yeah. So no, you're right. Little heavy handed with the cereal killer eating the cereal. Um, but like it just this demon keeps coming, and Denzel keeps trying to figure out what's going on, and he does because it's a movie, and um, they of course they think he's the killer, even though that didn't make any damn sense at all.
No.
Um, and then he goes out to he figures out how to beat the demon, and he goes out to the cabin in the woods, but his plans are thwarted by the fact that he doesn't understand what he's dealing with, and
Yep.
forgets that we know that the demon can go into kitty cats because we saw that earlier in the movie. um, and so Denzel's dead.
Remember when I
So is John
said,
Goodman.
let me tell you about the time that I almost died?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then it turns out that the voiceover was the demon the whole time, using Denzel's vocal cords because has good line delivery.
I mean, wouldn't you keep Denzel's vocal cords?
I'd keep all kinds of everything about Denzel. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Um. Okay. So I think you already answered my first question, which is this movie suspenseful? Because it's a suspense thriller, like a supernatural suspense thriller, is what this is supposed to be.
Not really. This is Halloween light.
Yeah. Um. I have two theories as to why I don't think it was successfully suspenseful, but I don't know if you have any specific thoughts.
Um, I think it has to come down somewhat to the editing and maybe the writing. It just there wasn't a lot of drive underneath everything. You
Uh huh.
know, there wasn't. It's funny because I've seen this problem from actors where you can tell that there's no motivation from them.
Hmm.
But these are good actors. So I don't know. if it's this just feels like this is not the actor's fault. This
I
feels
agree.
like how people in charge saw it being done and thought this is going to be suspenseful enough on its own. And to them, I say you're wrong. You needed to
Hmm.
pick up the pace a little bit. You needed to put a little fire under everyone. Like
Hmm.
they're maybe it was you needed more music.
Mm.
Uh,
Um, I think what we have here is a story problem.
okay.
Like not quite as bad as Pearl Harbor, where you're just like, why is there a fucking love story here? And the first half of this movie is totally wasted. It's not that. But what makes a movie like this suspenseful is that there is a bad guy threatening the good guy, and they're sort of headed on this clash towards each other. But one of them is always slightly ahead of the other, and there's this push and pull with who knows what and where they are, and can the like oh the villain is watching our protagonist, like we know that they're in danger, right? Like that kind of thing. um and that's used like in Predator really well, where you can from the monster's POV you can see who he's stalking, and it builds this tension because you've got your protagonist up against a defined threat.
Got it.
And it works in Halloween because like you see Michael Myers and you know that there's this guy out there looming. It works in Freddy and Jason and all the other things too.
Jaws.
Jaws perfectly in Jaws. And it's because you have a defined villain.
Mm-hmm.
This movie didn't work because it didn't matter who the villain was. It kept jumping POV. It would
Mm-hmm.
jump from person to person and you never knew what this demon was. So it was the threat was too nebulous, right? It wasn't specific enough.
Yeah.
And so I think what would have made it work is if for like the first 45 minutes of the movie, like the demon leapt out of that serial killer and into somebody else, and that person was pursuing Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a single point of like, we know who's coming at me.
Yeah.
And you can ratchet up the tension between those two people as they come together. And then Denzel wins, kills this guy. And you think he is like released, he's survived the thing. And then the demon starts jumping around.
Yeah.
Now it's way more of a threat because you saw what it was before. You saw
Mm-hmm.
how menacing it could be and how dangerous and how close we came to not escaping the first time. And now all this hopping around makes the demon feel much more threatening because like you know how bad it is when you can see it coming. Now you can't see it coming.
Yeah.
And that would have been so much more suspenseful than from the start it was anyone and everyone, but none of them were doing anything.
Well, and it wasn't even so much from the start. I feel like the first hour was serial killer dies.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a copycat situation. And there was the touch sequence in the beginning, but
Yeah.
it looked like they were passing along something. You
Oh,
know, like you see in an Ocean's 11 kind of situation. Like here's
sure.
the flash drive. Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You can't really act that kind of sequence out when you're sitting in a chair. Sorry,
yeah.
America or world. Sorry, world.
World.
Um,
That's right. Global, the
world.
Peach Pod.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
just think if they'd left it in the soul of the serial eater, and also maybe upcast that role a little bit, like if
yeah.
that role it gets the Billy Bob Thornton treatment that the Tombstone role got, holy shit! Like you got a different movie if it's Denzel versus Billy Bob Thornton for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not. It's like this. It's the serial guy, and then it's another guy, and it's another guy, and it's like, and the other thing is, I as cool as the like the POV stylization was, I think it it took away some of the suspense because we always knew where the demon was.
Yes.
You know, like in a movie where the demon can be anybody, the fact that we're seeing from its point of view and not like Robinson Ash the Third's point of view, jumping back and forth across the street like a lunatic, um, it's everywhere and it's doing nothing, but I can also tell which one it is. And there's no
Yeah.
suspense there.
Also, I feel like the use of colors there didn't really do anything because whenever you see from the demon's point of view,
Mm-hmm.
at first there's a few different colors. Like I distinctly recall there being yellow and blue, but at
Yeah.
some point it switches to just yellow. So
Mm.
I don't really know what they were trying to do there other than to suggest like, the demon feels benign right now, so we'll keep it
Right.
blue.
It's a
And then
mood
when
ring.
it's right,
Yeah.
or it's some subtle nod to Ukraine. Shout out to Ukrainian listeners. Um, we stand with you.
We do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, that's where some of that felt like it felt very 90s and it also felt very Memento because like I remember so little of that movie, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like there was a weird yellow tone and
Yeah.
grainy quality to the picture.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. That's a movie I would be interested to watch that for the pod at some point for some reason. Um,
Absolutely. I would
I
love
don't
a
know what
chance
it
to
connects
rewatch
to.
it.
I like what to figure out. Oh, I have a thought,
Dylan,
but maybe
Dylan
not.
has a doesn't Dylan have a weird dream episode at some point that you hinted at?
Yeah, there's an episode called "The Dreams of Dylan McKay," but Memento's not a dream,
I
so I
know
don't
it's
know.
not a dream, but
Yeah, I don't
again,
know.
this should tell you I did not understand it, and I'm so sorry if
Understood.
I'm like killing someone's
Yeah,
ears right now.
yeah. I mean, there's like Memento fans who are actively angry at you right now, and it's okay. Look, not everybody has to have seen everything. Memento fans, calm down.
Yeah, listen, you got all the flack for your Newsies disdain. I'll
Right.
take the heat for my
You take the heat for
Memento.
this. I know.
Listen, if anything, I'm just liking Memento. I'm enjoying Memento the way it's meant to be enjoyed. Forgetfulness.
Oh, there you go. And not understanding anything. Yeah, I get it.
Yes, I didn't
Eh,
listen. I didn't write notes on my arms and my body as I was watching it.
You know who did? This fucking demon. That's the other thing that doesn't make any sense. What is the demon writing on people? Why is it choosing the word apocalypse when it really means revelations? Like, I mean, good job,
When
none.
when he figured out that it said apocalypse and then showed the excerpt from the Bible, I thought it was going to hint at something coming, but it didn't.
No, it was there too fast. It said the word fallen twice. It was about the Tower of Babel falling. Um,
Yeah.
but it was like I was like, what? Okay, you know what it was? We've been watching a lot of Top Chef. We just watched the finale, and whenever this is my complaint every time I watch the show, they'll show like the the name of the contestant, and then it'll show like what their job is, where they work, and what city they're in. And there's always a couple people from Chicago, so I'm always interested in like what restaurant they're in, so maybe we can go there. But it's always on the screen for about 5 seconds. It's not enough time to read all of that information. Same thing.
Yeah, I had to go back at one point. I think the first time they show an excerpt from a book,
Mm-hmm.
one, they had two lines highlighted.
Ah,
So they didn't highlight it decently because I was reading the top line. And then when they didn't go back, I went, oh, I read the wrong line.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I read the part that didn't matter. My bad. But yeah,
Whoops.
you probably had to read the whole thing in order to get it, and I didn't. I didn't see it either. So I just saw the word "fallen" twice. So I was like, "Oh, that's where they got the movie name." I get it.
Yep.
Good job, you guys. Um, the other thing that I had a problem with in this, and we talked about it a little bit, was like, what does this demon want? Like, what's the end goal here? Because there's no, I don't understand what you're after. And if I don't understand what you're after, how do I know whether you're close to getting it?
Well, it felt to me like Denzel was an impenetrable person. And so this demon was that's how I saw it until the end. I saw this demon as wanting to get into Denzel somehow so that he
Because
could.
he was so pure, because he was a good cop who only drank Budweiser.
Yeah, it kind of
Okay.
felt like because Voldemort can't touch Harry until he has a body again. So he has to
Sure.
get either, or he has to find other ways to kill Harry
Yeah, yeah.
until he has a body, and then he's like, I can touch you now.
Right. No, I mean, I get that he was trying to get Denzel, but he couldn't get into him, so he was trying to fuck up everything around him. I got that, but I didn't understand why. Like, I mean, and maybe it
I
was
think
that
it just
purity test thing, but
I think it just comes from like I can corrupt everyone else but you. No.
sure.
You're going to be my is it
White
the white
whale.
whale? And thank you. You knew
Yep, I'll be
exactly
good.
where I was going.
I
And I
did.
thought, is the whale white? Does that matter?
It does. But yeah, well, I mean, if you want it, it only matters if you want people to know what you're talking about. If you don't
And
care,
I
you can say
do.
whatever you want. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, if that was the case, then they needed more than the "I only drink Budweiser" scene to show me how pure he was. I needed to see him turning down a bribe, or I needed to see him like in a moral dilemma that he chose the side of good on without really even thinking about doing wrong. Like I needed to see it in action for me to
Yeah.
think, oh, the demon just wants that Denzussy.
The
That's
nice.
Denzel pussy.
This I feel no,
I didn't.
actually, I can't even be mad that you clarified considering some of the jokes that have gone over my head. And yeah, no, that's fair. That is totally fair that you
I felt real
clarified.
good about Denzussy, by the way. That was
I don't know about feeling real good, but you know what? You do
no,
you.
no,
One
no.
of
I
us should
felt
feel
good
good
about
about
it.
themselves.
I feel good about it. I
I
think
forget
I
what I
coined
was
that
about to.
phrase.
Oh my god. See, but now I forget what I was going to say. Ugh.
About the purity of Denzel.
Oh, this movie, I think the creators think that they did a lot of show and not telling, whereas they actually did a lot of telling instead of showing.
They did. There was a lot of telling. Yeah.
They very
Um,
much wanted you to be like, it's demons.
right.
You get that. Hold on. It's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Get it?
And
Get
also,
it?
like, we're gonna show you the goofy ass point of view camera thing, so you know that it's the demon. But if that's not enough, we're also gonna have the demon sing a Rolling Stones song, and then forget that they were singing it. And there's a lot. It's pretty heavy handed.
I got so
Um,
tired of that song.
yeah, I did too. It didn't. It had the opposite effect of the single creepiest needle drop in the history of film.
Wait, should I? I should know this. Do
You
I
should
know?
know it in your body. Yes, you've seen it.
Is it
When I say
Halloween?
it, no,
Oh, it Jaws.
no, no. It is the song that they play in the X-Files episode Home, like that
Is
Johnny Mathis sounding song.
Jeff? I've
You've seen
blocked
that
that out
episode.
entirely.
Oh, see that, and this is why. Because there is. Hold on, I got to get the name of the song because I'm blanking it. But
After she rolled out under the bed, my brain started retconning and protecting itself. I I remember the most horrifying thing, and because my brain is like, you need to not ever rewatch this.
oh, it's the greatest episode ever. No, so when the brothers get in the car and turn the radio on, this Johnny Mathis song comes on. It's called "Wonderful, Wonderful,"
Uh
and
huh.
it is a sweet, lilting Johnny Mathis song set to this, and it is so discordant with the visuals that it makes this song the creepiest fucking thing you've ever heard.
I love that.
Yeah. And that's what this movie wanted for Time Is on My Side, but it didn't. Nothing's as creepy as the wonderful, wonderful drop in home. Cheesemeisters, if you haven't watched this episode, you don't have to watch any other X Files episodes. It's a standalone Monster of the Week
Wow.
episode.
How dare
You
you
can
deny people?
you no, I'm just saying you don't have to watch 4 seasons to catch up to it. You can just watch it.
Okay,
Like
fair.
it's not a lift. If
Oh
you
my
just want to go
God.
watch it.
Don't watch it alone.
No. And even if you watch it with a lot of people, it's still going to make you not feel great. It's so much more suspenseful than this.
Oh my God. I just spat on myself. I'm so horrified.
I get it. I know. I totally get it. That was sort of needle drop forest, which is totally fine. I didn't think we were going to talk about X Files. But there was one other thing I wanted to talk about the movie itself. And the movie was trucking in big ideas,
Hmm.
right? And so I want to know how well you think it handles each of these big ideas that it put out there. Uh, the movie is about the inevitability and persistence of evil,
Hmm.
right? Like you can't stop evil. It doesn't mean you shouldn't fight, but you can't stop it. So, like, the inevitability of evil is one thing this is about. Even if we know we're going to lose, we still have to fight. That's another big idea in this movie. And the other one is that conversation that they're having at the phone, him and John Goodman, where John Goodman's like, maybe nobody knows. And when you figure it out, that's your time to go.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm wondering how you think this movie handled each of those three big ideas. Like, did it get them across that they work?
No, because I feel nothing from
Yeah.
them. Like, I wasn't inspired. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't
Uh huh.
angry. I just kind of sat there and was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I should have felt something.
Hmm.
I, and for once, I don't feel like it's stuff in the world affecting my watch of this. I think, like we've been saying, it's really a storytelling problem.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. You need to ignite something in them. I should be feeling some kind of strong emotion, and all I did was listen and go, okay,
Right.
like
And
a psychopath.
well, and not for nothing, but like, like th- the deaths are, you don't see it, you don't see them, you only ever see the aftermath. So that doesn't, like, you take away chances to scare people when you just show them after it's all done. It's
Mm.
never violent. It's always like this very calm injection thing. When they kill his brother in his house and he has to take his nephew on the run and then tells his nephew that his brother, the kid's dad, is dead, it is flat. Like,
Yeah.
the kid has like no reaction. He's like, did it hurt? Like, it's just, I don't
When you
know.
tell me, when you tell me that you will inevitably lose to evil, I should feel something.
Right.
But your characters also didn't feel anything
They
because
didn't.
Hobbs, Denzel's character,
Yeah.
seems to take all of this in stride. Like
Sure.
he really just goes along with this. Like I wrote down, it's funny that we talked about the X-Files because it kind of it kind of felt a little X-Files adjacent to me, except there's at least some reaction to the stuff going on.
Yeah.
There's like even when Mulder, the believer, even
Mm-hmm.
Mulder gets floored
Uh-huh.
or taken aback by these things. He gets ignited by all of this.
Uh-huh.
Even Scully, the non-believer, has some strong reaction, and Hobbs is just going along to get along. Like
Yeah. And I guess
none of this is normal.
I know. The X Files is a comparison I wasn't making before we talked about the song, but it's the proper comparison to make for this because the X-Files is 1,000 times better than this. Like, I
Absolutely.
love the X-Files, supernatural, suspense, thriller, horror stories. I love the X-Files. It falls off towards the end. But whew,
Well, and like I have a different relationship to it only because sometimes it definitely got too heavy for me sometimes, or
uh-huh.
too scary. I don't know if scary is the right word, but I'm going to be simple. But I can agree it is a very good show.
Yeah. And they do the X-Files does a great job in half the time of setting up who the threat is,
Mhm.
what's going on, providing the mystery, giving you Mulder and Scully figuring out the mystery, and a confrontation between the good guys and the bad guys.
Yeah.
And this has kind of too many bad guys. The solve is not satisfying
No.
in the way that it is when Mulder's like, I bet it's a big old human worm, you know, or like whatever episode it is.
We never see the demon.
Right, right. And you don't have to. Like in Humbug, do you remember Humbug?
No.
The X-Files episode, it's at the carnival with the freaks.
Vague recollection.
Okay. Like it has the geek who eats like the worms and stuff, and the needle with the guy with the nose, and there's a guy with like a growth on him. Like, I don't know,
No.
whatever. Okay.
Sorry.
So I'm not going to spoil that episode, but that episode, you know what happened, even though you only kind of get glimpses at the bad guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's great because it's scary and it's creepy and it's weird and it's funny because they write comedy into the thing, and this movie doesn't have any comedy in it.
No.
So it doesn't have enough suspense. It's got a villain problem, and the solving of the mystery is pretty, like, it doesn't really make much sense. And the bad guy gives away his revelations, Apocalypse 18:2. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't feel like he's a very good detective, you know? Like, he figures it out, but it's like, okay, good job.
Yeah. Yeah. We Much like we didn't get enough examples of him being, a pure cop, we didn't get enough examples of him being good at his job.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, I don't know. I'd rather watch 4 to 5 seasons of episodes of the X Files. Um, yeah,
All
God,
right.
I'd like to watch a lot of episodes of the X Files right now.
I would too.
Yeah, because it's better than this movie. Like, and this movie wasn't terrible. It was just deeply meh.
Yeah.
You know, like, I thought there were some interesting things, but it didn't. I don't know.
Again,
It
it
didn't
was,
suspend.
I think it was an interesting concept. I'm really
Hmm.
glad they had the actors they did because, again,
Oh God.
they, I mean, if this hadn't had the actors that they had, it would have had a lower score than what Hot American Summer.
Uh huh. And God, I mean, it is a shame to, like, waste this much talent on a movie that's this mediocre. You know, and they're not
But it
trying to make a bad
happens.
movie. It does, because it's hard to make a good movie. It's hard to make a movie,
I
and
mean,
then it's really hard to make a good one.
well, and like something I'm learning is like you can have an idea, but then once you see it live, like you kind of have no control over that, or like you
Yeah,
might, but you don't have as much control, and you also definitely can't control how people interpret it.
sure. No,
So
definitely. Yeah, it's this is just,
it's
I don't
kind of
know.
like ordering stuff from a catalog. You see it on the model and it looks amazing, and then you see it on you, and you're like, well, that's not the same.
Yeah, I didn't realize this sweatshirt had a 6-inch fur lining. Not based on anything that really happened to me like 4 months ago. Um, yeah, I bought like a
No.
zip up hoodie that I thought looked pretty cool, and I got it. And I was like, "This is thick. Like this is only appropriate if it's 45 degrees outside. Otherwise, I'll be way too warm. So,
Well, luckily for you, you live in a very frigid area.
yeah,
So,
I mean, but I don't bulk up with the coats a whole lot because I tend to go to my car and then I park in a garage and I get out of the garage and I go in the building and you know, it's
okay,
I
well,
live in
save it for
Chicago.
me or Walter when we're there.
Yep, we will. We got the big coats for you.
Sweet.
All right, Adventures in Intimacy. Talking about demon fucking.
Sadly, no.
I wish there was, like in Ghostbusters, when Ray has
So,
that sexy dream.
right. So the intimacy to discuss in this, there's not a whole lot, and it suffers. We'll get to the problem it suffers from, like many others. But the first thing I want to ask is, I know I've talked a few times recently about like, oh, these were sad boobs. These were boobs shown with the male gaze, and it wasn't
Oh,
great.
sure. Uh huh.
And in the very beginning, when we first meet Reese, we meet his ass first because he's in prison and
Right.
he's taking a piss, and
Oh,
it's
sure.
like, why? Why did we need that? Oh, to show us that prison is awful and you get
Hmm.
demoralized, and I don't know. It felt
But you can
weird. It's
still
like,
activate your glutes.
right, like it just felt unnecessary. Like if I'm reading a thing and either like for me as an actor, if I'm reading a thing and they're like, okay, you're going to show your ass here. Why am I showing my ass here? You give me
Right.
5 good reasons. You tell me
Right.
what it helps with the story, and we'll
Hmm.
talk. Or
Right.
we're going to be talking pay raise.
Right.
Um, get that money. So yeah,
Paid.
just a male instance of why is this happening?
Hmm.
Why do we need this? What does this add? Um,
What is his ass?
Facts. Okay. There is a lot of touch in this. You probably, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't know that you would need an intimacy choreographer for the touch moments
Mm.
because, as we've already said, the demon is passed through touch
Hmm.
unless it's dying.
Right.
Now, what I
Cupid.
would, if if this were an ideal world where every production company just has an intimacy coordinator on retainer, can you imagine?
And it would be nice.
And someone were to show me the script and they were like, "Hey, do you want to just glance over and see if you're needed and where?" I'd be like, "Of course." In the moment, and I don't know if it says this in the script or the director decided it, but if it said in the script, it's hand touching.
Yeah.
I would find that odd because these are all strangers, and this is
Hmm.
taking place in a city. And
Right.
granted, it may not be New York City, but I'm fairly certain that in any city, if some rando touches your hand, you're gonna whip that hand
Right.
away
Right.
and you're gonna have, even though the demon is taking over them in that instance, I think one of the actors still needs to have some kind of reaction of like, why is someone touching my hand?
Right.
Like, even Jesus gets thrown when someone touches his clothes.
That's right.
Come on. The one
Jesus was
story
a clothes horse.
Friends, that's the one story I ever remember from the Bible.
That's
That
right.
and well, the one non-musical related story,
Yeah.
Heathen. Um. So yeah, I would have had a discussion with the director about like, okay, if some are going to be hands, like it needs to, like there's a couple that both get possessed and they have different touches going back and forth, but like
Hmm.
to have them all be hands at one point is strange. In the
Yeah.
beginning, when they're varying degrees of touch, that's more interesting and it's misleading, which you don't want
Yeah.
people to. No one's going to think demon is being transferred right away. Like I think you're
Right.
safe on that. Um, but yeah, the whole montage where it's hand touching was the it was more unrealistic to me than a demon being transferred from bodies.
Just that there were that many people touching hands. Yeah.
Yes.
Not a
Anyway.
Sweet Caroline fan, huh? Reaching out,
Oh, yeah.
touching me, touching you.
Nope.
All right.
No. Okay. This movie,
Denzel, Neil Diamond fan, 100%.
I hope so. This
I do
movie
too.
suffers from a similar problem that many others do, except it was even less clear on what it was trying to say or what it was trying to have. Hobbs and Milano, did they want
Uh,
them to get together?
I
Were
don't
they
think
just
so.
supposed to be? Okay, I didn't think
I didn't
so
get
either.
anything there. I didn't get anything.
Well, here's why it's confusing because they clearly added touch. And
Hmm.
the actors were clearly committed to playing this platonic.
Uh huh.
And that's fine, except the touches were still strange. So there's a
Hmm.
moment when Hobbs and Milano are in the church, and uh, he tells her, "Dry your tears." And I can't remember if he like swept one away, but he puts his hand on her shoulder and is rubbing it, in a comforting way, not in like a, weird massage, I'm gonna help you, but I also want to fuck you kind of way. It
Or
was
like she was a DJ.
Yeah, it was a rub on the shoulder, and he was still keeping a platonic distance, but it
Hmm.
still felt strange to me because these people are still strangers. They're working
Right.
together. Like, I don't ever feel like they become friends.
I don't either.
Even though, so then it makes it extra strange later on when they're having their goodbye moment
Uh huh.
and they hug so tight.
Yeah.
And did I write it down? No, I didn't, because I was baffled by it and I didn't like it. But the best answer I could come up for that story of touch was, well, they've trauma bonded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
But you don't see it anywhere else.
you don't see it anywhere
Yeah.
else, and I mean, I'm trying to think what I would have them do instead of having them hug because it just didn't feel honest to the characters. Like they're not
Fist bump.
cold. I had someone the man who rotated my tires give me a fist bump today, and I was like,
Oh, there you go. That wasn't a euphemism, was it? Do I have to talk to Walter?
oh my god.
And that man rotated my tires. Then he gave me a fist bump. To my cervix!
Good grief, that's awesome. He gave me a fist bump to my cervix. That is, I don't even know.
That's a reward to all the cheesemeisters who hung in there for 53 minutes on this for this movie that's not very
There
good.
you go. There you
Yep.
go. Yeah, so all that to say, I don't think they were clear on the story. I think they were much like Pearl Harbor forced a romance. They forced a friendship
Ugh.
in this, and like you
Yeah.
can be comrades. You can
Hmm.
you can be something that is between acquaintance and friend, or you can still be working together and not friends. Like,
Right.
so do they need an intimacy coordinator in this? Probably not, but a consultant,
Hmm.
sure. Like
Yeah.
let's just have a clearer cut story of what we're trying to tell here and make sure that it matches up with what the actors are doing because I feel like again the actors clearly knew this is not we are not trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that was part of the storyline at all. I mean, the whole take my nephew, I suppose, is that would make more sense if there was a romantic connection between the two of them, as opposed to just this like I don't know. We once had a
You're the one woman I
conversation.
know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're the one person I know, and we once had a conversation standing on a compass. Like,
Okay, there was a weird moment in that conversation too where they're talking and both breathing heavily. And I'm like, well, that's suggestive. What the hell's happening there?
yeah, I don't
Like
know.
it wasn't a particularly tough piece of dialogue. I, I don't know. It was strange.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to measure out a cubit in breaths.
Maybe. But so
I
yeah,
doubt it.
not a lot of intimacy, but
No, a lot of touching,
enough.
but not a lot of intimacy.
There's a story there. Not in this, but
No, not in this. Not about that. Anything else intimacy related?
no. I think I had more to discuss with the Muppets than this.
The Muppets is fucking awesome. Um. Oh shit. Oh, in a couple episodes, we're going to be able to watch The Great Muppet Caper if we so choose.
Yes, we do. What
Oh,
do you
we
mean if?
yeah, we're going to have to. Jesus, I can't believe I didn't think of it. Um, oh,
You did now.
yay!
Oh my god, he's Kermiting everyone.
I know. I'm very excited about this. Okay, neither here nor there. All right, we did needle drop Forest. Time is on my side. Is in this movie like a lot,
A
um,
lot.
and it's not nearly as creepy as Wonderful, Wonderful in Home.
It's not nearly as fun as That Thing You Do, played 30
No,
times.
man, that's a better song than Time is on my side. Apparently. Um, okay,
Sorry, Rolling Stones.
I know they're doing okay. Um,
Yeah.
is this anyone's defining role? No,
No.
no, it's fucking no. Um, what do you think? What's Denzel's defining role for you?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Uh, I don't know how to feel about saying this, but I think it's the coach in Remember the Titans
Okay,
because they, and by they I mean teachers of Indiana, loved showing this movie on movie day. If it wasn't
got
Mr.
you.
Holland's Opus, it was this.
Oh my god, they love industry-specific films. Teachers, look
Yeah,
how
they
hard our job is. You kids suck.
and they don't love teaching about uncomfortable topics. So let's just watch a movie about it and say it's
That's
solved.
right. We did it. We nailed it. Um,
David
I,
Silver
that's right.
saved it.
I
It's
I know
fine.
we couldn't get David in here to sing, switch it up for us, but I think we did it
Yeah.
anyway. Um,
Um. Yeah.
yeah. So you think it's the coach from Remember the Titans?
I think it's the coach from Remember the Titans for me. Which is
Okay.
such a shame. Although the whole time I kept thinking about him in Fences, being like, I don't know if
Uh,
you liked it.
I never saw Fences. Um, I don't know. I think the problem is he's Denzel. You know, because like I could say Malcolm X, or I could say Glory,
I mean,
or
his single tear moment, I went, oh, it's the glory tear.
yeah. It could be. I mean, for some people, it's Training Day. Like people love the shit out of Training Day. I go back old school to Saint Elsewhere Denzel. Like,
I
uh huh,
forgot he was in that.
yeah. So like he's Reuben Hurricane Carter. Like he's done a lot and been amazing in a lot of things. So it's hard for me to like nail him down on one thing, but it ain't this.
No, it's not.
No. Um, how about Big Dan Teague, Walter Sobchak? Um, what do you think John
Oh,
Goodman's is? Is this our third John
uh,
Goodman movie? Oh, it's our
anything,
fourth.
anything by the Coen Brothers. I think that's his.
Is this our fourth John Goodman movie? We did
Maybe we
Raising
did Big
Arizona,
Yeah, Big
and we did Big
Lebowski,
Lebowski, and we did Oh Brother, right?
brother. Yeah.
Number four, at
So
least.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
anything by Coen Brothers, but specifically, I think the Big Lebowski. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I think that's
Looks like you've been up to the devil's business, H.I.
that or Fred Flintstone.
Fred Flintstone. There you go. Not Babe Ruth in that Babe movie he made. Not the one
I
about the
did
pig.
not know that was a thing.
He made a Babe Ruth movie, yeah, in the like early '90s before he did the Flintstones, I think.
Okay,
Yep. Um,
news to me.
do you think this is Tony Soprano or his sister's defining roles? Have you seen The Sopranos?
I've seen maybe 2 episodes, and
Okay.
I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. So you
I know
like
that's not enough to get into a show. By the
it's
way,
fine.
I stopped.
Yeah, I mean it's great, like unequivocally great.
I know
But
how it
his
ends.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like it's still great. But the woman who plays his sister, Ada Turturro, is in this movie. She's one of the other cops. She has a couple of lines, and they have a scene together. Um, and you're like, hey, that's Janice.
That's fun.
Yeah. Um, definitely not Donald Sutherland's. What do you think Donald Sutherland is for you? How much Donald Sutherland do you have in your back pocket?
These are such different roles, but it's either Mr. Bennett or President Snow.
Okay. What's Mr. Bennett?
He was Lizzie. He was the Bennett's patriarch in Pride and Prejudice. Did you not
Okay.
hear another version?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay,
But I
that
didn't pay much attention to it, I
I
suppose.
mean, granted, whatever Pride and Prejudice sticks out to you most is very much generational.
Sure.
Because like I should have seen the miniseries with Colin Firth, but I have not because I am not Gen X.
Gotcha.
Um, but you know, he is Mr. Bennett, and he's so darling in that. Like it
Yeah.
is. So I haven't seen a ton of Donald Sutherland, but those are the two things, and they are vastly different.
Yeah. I would say it could easily be Hawkeye,
Oh my! I
right?
always forget he was Hawkeye.
I know it's because Alan Alda has replaced him in everyone's brain.
Well, and he looks
Um,
so different. But yes,
yeah,
Alan Alda has replaced him.
yeah. For me, it's it's the scenes he has in JFK where he and Kevin Costner are sitting on park benches and he's like telling him stuff about the military industrial complex. And he said it's not my favorite line in all of JFK because that's probably you don't know shit because you ain't ever been fucked in the ass. But Kevin Bacon has a whole meal in that movie. Um, Donald Sutherland looks at Kevin Costner at one point and he says, "The truth is on your side, Bubba." And
Wow.
the use of the word Bubba makes me real happy in that scene. So it might be that. Like he sat down on a bench in this movie and made Denzel sit next to him, and I was like, "Oh, he's on a bench again." Like I was real happy. I was like, "Oh, benches, good. Donald Sutherland on a bench, sign me
Yay!
up."
He acts really well
That's
on a
right. He
bench.
does good bench acting. You know, this is such a specific thing, but you know who else I really like in a very specific circumstance? If you have a TV show where part of the show is Woody Harrelson in the front seat of a car driving next to somebody else and they're having a conversation, I'll watch it. I want to
All
watch Woody
right.
Harrelson ride in the front seat of a car and talk to people. I don't even care what's going on. That's like, sign me up for all of it. Woody in the front seat of a car.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Edict! Woody Harrelson in the front seat of a car. Edict. Okay, what is this the ESTF for you? Do you have any what else's? Because I didn't really have any more what else's.
um, I just wanted to shout out Beth, who is Miss
Oh,
Honey or Lane Price's wife.
is she? I didn't
Yeah,
remember her. Okay, I did not
that's
remember her in that.
Lane Price's wife in Mad Men.
Oh, all right. There you go.
See, the
Shouts
more
to
you
her.
know. Shout out to
Yeah.
her. My God, what is this? The ESTF. This is the least suspenseful supernatural thriller. This is the least thrilling. Did I just?
Literally the words I wrote down. Least suspenseful suspense movie.
Jeff, we're the same.
You should be frightened.
Are you kidding me? This gives me the most hope I have had all week. Actually, no. Well, yes, the most hope I've had all week. The other hopeful moment was seeing the cool ass strawberry moon last night.
Oh, there you go. All right. So you just had the same thought as someone who, like 15 minutes ago, said fist bump your cervix. So just saying.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, you're getting dialed in on my weird ass
I
frequency.
don't know how awesome it would feel, but it's it sounds like
I
a funny phrase.
not having a cervix, I could not say. Um,
Fist bump your cervix.
if that feels like the name of like a song by Rat, you know,
Mouse rat.
not Mouse Rat, no Rat. Um, Hair metal Rat. I'm gonna fist bump your cervix all night long.
Wait, that sounds like it needs to be some Riot Girl band number.
Yeah, I was thinking like '80s skinny '80s dudes with big hair and face paint.
No, I need this to be Riot Girl.
Okay, All right. Well, you know what? We write the song, and whoever like we can sell it to two artists. They can, um, we'll see which one has the bigger hit with it, and we'll take
Okay,
all the royalties.
I did it like it was a joke, but I really want to write it down now. That's a fabulous
Fist bump
phrase.
your cervix all night long.
I think this will be a better song than the alternative theme to Octopussy that I tried to write.
Oh yeah, you could have rhymed it with Denzel. That's a callback, kids. We did it.
We did it, and if you were not entertained this episode, then I can't help you.
I don't know what to tell you about that. But once again, Cheesemeisters, we have proven my theory that everything comes back to Aaron spelling.
Even Fallen.
Even Fallen. All right, that's weird.
I'm
But we
always
did
sad
it.
when we're done.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
oh man, I could keep talking.
I know. I don't think I can keep talking about this movie, but I can keep talking. Um,
Yeah.
so join us here on Wednesday, Cheesemeisters, when we watch season 4, episode 12, Radar Love. And join us again next Friday when I think we landed on Always Be My Maybe.
Which I'm even more excited about now.
I'm really excited to see it because I've not seen that movie.
It's going to be so great. It's going to fit in weird ways with the episode. Like, I hadn't thought about it because I didn't know until I watched the episode, but now I'm like, oh, I think this is going to work.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, it was going to work either way, but I like synchronicity.
I do too. All right. So yeah, we've got a few fun movies ahead of us here. Yeah, I'm excited, and we're only halfway through. We're not even halfway through season 4.
Good grief.
32 episode season. Uh-huh.
Then again, I'm not like in a rush because
Yeah.
I don't want to say goodbye to Shannon.
That's true. Yeah, well, you've got another 20 weeks of Shannon at least, so.
And I mean, I guess I could, avail myself of Charmed. I like witch stories, so
Yeah. I never really watched Charmed, but people liked it. It had a following for sure. So, and we love Shannon, so.
yeah.
All right, well, until then, Cheesemeisters.
Cheers.
Cheers. Truth is on your side, Bubba.